General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jonathan Jackson will officially be leaving General Hospital, marking a significant change for the character of Lucky Spencer. Returning to this role after many years brought Jackson considerable pressure, from fan expectations to the demanding filming schedule. With a character as deep and historically significant as Lucky, making a return was no simple task, especially with Lucky at the center of an important storyline involving Elizabeth Baldwin and Cyrus Renaud. This mounting tension eventually led to Jackson's decision to step away from the role he had portrayed since the 1990s, leaving a major gap for GH to fill. Jackson's departure not only left fans disappointed but also raised an important question: who will take over the role of Lucky? The answer is Guy Wilson, a familiar face to fans of soap operas. Wilson previously garnered attention for his role as Will Horton in Days of Our Lives, but now he faces a completely new challenge, taking on a character with a complicated past and beloved by fans. The replacement of Lucky Spencer's actor is not unfamiliar to GH viewers. The role was previously played by Greg Vaughn and Jacob Young after Jackson's first departure. However, Jackson has always been the face of Lucky for many fans. With Wilson now stepping into the role, he will inevitably face comparisons and the pressure to deliver a convincing performance. If he fails to quickly connect with the character and win over the audience, this change could become a controversial decision, causing the character of Lucky to lose some of his original appeal. However, whether fans are ready or not, the story of Lucky will continue with dramatic developments. Currently, Lucky is involved in a romantic storyline with Elizabeth, but danger is closing in as Cyrus tries to extend his power in Port Charles. Elizabeth may become Cyrus's next target, and Lucky will be forced to act to protect her. But with Guy Wilson now playing Lucky, the question is whether this change will affect the emotional connection between Lucky and Elizabeth. Will audiences be able to accept a new Lucky while still mourning Jackson's departure? The actor change could also impact many other characters in GH. Lucky has complex relationships with the Spencer family, particularly with Laura Collins and Lulu Spencer. A new face in the role of Lucky could alter the dynamics between these characters, leading to various reactions from viewers. On the other hand, if Wilson succeeds in mastering the role of Lucky, this could be an opportunity to bring the character into a new phase of development. If GH chooses this direction, Lucky could have a story built from the ground up, with challenges and conflicts different from what Jackson previously portrayed. This might help fans accept the new version of Lucky more easily, rather than seeing Wilson as just a temporary replacement. However, the change in such an important character also presents challenges for the writing team. Will they be able to craft a compelling story to help the new Lucky integrate into Port Charles without making viewers feel disconnected from the past? Or will this change only highlight Jackson's absence and leave the audience feeling disappointed? One thing is certain: Port Charles is about to experience a major wave of change. With Jonathan Jackson leaving and Guy Wilson officially taking over the role of Lucky Spencer, General Hospital faces one of its biggest challenges: how to keep the character of Lucky relevant and meaningful to fans. This could be an opportunity to reshape the character, but it's also a risky decision if not handled carefully. Regardless of the outcome, this change will surely be a hot topic among GH fans. Lucky Spencer has always been an iconic character in the show's history, and Jonathan Jackson's departure will likely leave a gap that won't be easily filled. Fans will have to wait and see whether Guy Wilson can truly master the role and bring a new Lucky that audiences will embrace, or whether this will be a risky move that further diminishes the character's impact. One thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same after this change, and we'll all have to see whether this is a fresh start or just a haunting transition for the character of Lucky Spencer. Jonathan Jackson did not hide his disappointment when he witnessed General Hospital allow too many legends to leave, taking away the very soul of Port Charles. He believes that pushing iconic characters like Luke Spencer, Jason Morgan, Sonny Corinthos, and now Elizabeth into dangerous situations not only affects the quality of the storylines but also makes fans feel like they are losing connection with the show they've loved for years. According to Jackson, instead of preserving the show's legacy, GH is gradually replacing core characters with new faces that haven't been developed enough to make the audience care about them. Despite increasing criticism, GH continues to move forward with irreversible changes, and one of the most shocking events ahead is that Elizabeth may become Cyrus's next target. As he continues to extend his power in the shadows and seeks to control everything, Liz finds herself in unprecedented danger. Once a central character in many major storylines, if Liz is truly killed, it will be a shock not only to fans but to the entire Port Charles world. Liz's death, if confirmed, could set the stage for significant changes in the story. With Lucky Spencer just returning and trying to rebuild his life, losing Liz could push him into a cycle of revenge and anger. Lucky has always been one of the most morally upright characters on GH, but if Liz is killed, it could change him in ways no one can predict. He might go down a violent path to track down Liz's killer, even possibly teaming up with underground forces for revenge. The death of Liz could also cause a ripple effect in the Baldwin family. What will happen to Cam, Aiden, and Jake if they lose their mother? Will they become the next victims of Cyrus, or will someone else protect them? If Liz is indeed killed, this could bring back old characters like Franco or Rick, who had complicated relationships with Liz in the past. However, the biggest question remains, will GH really let Liz exit in such a tragic way? A character who has been on the show for over 2 decades, who has weathered so much, could she really be removed so ruthlessly? If that happens, it will be one of the most controversial decisions in the show's history, possibly angering fans and causing them to turn away from GH. Recently, the show has continually changed its cast, introducing shocking storylines that sometimes lack real value, making viewers feel like they're losing their connection to the show. If Liz doesn't die but is seriously injured, that could push the story in a different direction. Lucky could still play a central role in protecting her, and this could open the door for them to reunite. But will audiences accept a new Lucky Spencer played by Guy Wilson, or will this change only make things more complicated? Additionally, Liz's downfall could set the stage for even bigger changes in Port Charles. How far will Cyrus continue to destroy the town before someone stops him? Will Sonny get involved in the fight, or will he stay on the sidelines as he watches Liz fall into Cyrus's hands? Can Carly intervene, or will she focus on her own issues? The departure of so many iconic characters has placed GH in a dangerous position, and if they don't handle things carefully, they could lose the loyalty of longtime fans. Jonathan Jackson pointed this out, and the truth is that what he said is entirely valid. If GH continues to push beloved characters into danger just for the sake of sensational storylines, they could be heading toward an irreversible crisis. Regardless of what happens, Port Charles is about to experience a major storm, and the events that unfold could change GH forever. Will Liz really be killed, or is this just a ploy to heighten the drama before the show enters a new chapter? And more importantly, will viewers still have patience with GH's constant changes, or will they leave when they realize the show they loved is no longer the same? One thing is certain, GH's decision this time will have major consequences and could change the show's entire landscape moving forward. Lucky will team up with Dante to ensure that justice is served and that Cyrus pays for everything he has done. But as the two focus on their plan to take down their common enemy, an unexpected event pushes everything into a state of uncontrollable chaos. With Liz threatened, Jake and Danny cannot just stand by. Both have lost too many loved ones, Jason and Franco, and now, with their mother in danger, they no longer have the patience to wait for the adults to act. Jake, still scarred from Franco's death and Jason's absence, grows increasingly disillusioned with the justice system that Lucky and Dante follow. He feels too many criminals have gotten away with too much, and Cyrus has been allowed to run rampant without anyone truly stopping him. Meanwhile, Danny, with Jason's bloodline running through him, cannot suppress his instinct to take action. Watching Lucky and Dante plan each step makes Danny feel restless. He doesn't believe in regular justice, he believes in immediate action, just like Jason used to do. Pushed to their limits, both boys decide to take matters into their own hands. Jake, using his tech skills, begins tracking Cyrus's movements, while Danny looks for ways to confront him directly. But neither realizes they are walking straight into Cyrus's trap, as he has been closely monitoring the Spencer and Morgan families. He doesn't need to attack Lucky or Dante. He just has to wait for the boys to lose control and put themselves in danger. When Lucky and Dante discover that Danny and Jake have confronted Cyrus on their own, they race against time to prevent a tragedy. But it's too late. Cyrus, with his brutal nature, has no hesitation in using these kids to send a powerful message to anyone who dares to oppose him. This triggers an explosive reaction from Lucky. He has already lost so much, from Luke to Liz almost being killed, and now, with Jake in danger, he can't take it anymore. Partnering with Dante, Lucky decides to break all the rules they've followed before. If justice can't touch Cyrus, then they'll deal with him in their own way. Meanwhile, Danny and Jake, although rescued from the dangerous situation, have been changed forever. No longer the children who believed in conventional justice, they have now seen the harsh reality of the criminal world in Port Charles. And if no one will protect them, they will learn to protect themselves. The question is, as Lucky and Dante head down this dangerous path, will they be able to return, or will they both be dragged into a never-ending cycle of violence? Will Danny and Jake truly learn their lesson, or is this just the beginning of a new generation ready to embark on a path of vengeance? One thing is certain, the events that unfold will forever change the relationships between the major families in Port Charles and lay the groundwork for one of the biggest eruptions in General Hospital history.